a happy holiday. And the main tradition for a lot of families in Western New York is picking out that perfect Christmas tree. That means we're here at Russell's Tree and Shrub Farm, which is really Russell's Christmas tree farm right now, joined by Mark McLean. Now, Mark, my first question for you is, when we're talking about Christmas trees, what trees are we really talking about?
A lot of places are going to have different trees. We primarily have 7 varieties of trees. Behind us we have Fraser firs. A lot of other people come in for Douglas firs. Those are really the 2 standbys. But we also have a lot of other ones, spruces, pines. So it all comes down to what you're used to, what families have grown accustomed to. And those are usually the trees that people come in for, but we can usually find something for anybody.
So for people that are coming in, the tree, like you said, is based on family tradition or what they're looking for right now. And a lot of these trees have a different lifespan. So what do you recommend when you're buying a tree, early or late? Are there different types of trees that last a little bit longer, or maybe trees you should wait to get a little bit closer to Christmas?
Yeah, the Frasers, which is what we have here, surrounds us all, is really the trees that people come in for the most because the needle retention is so well. They like the smell, they like the fact that it looks nice, but also it holds its needles. You could literally keep it up until probably mid-January to be fine. The spruces usually don't hold their needles very well, so if you were going to buy a spruce, if that's what you've always gotten, and you've noticed it's dropped its needles before Christmas, it's because it doesn't hold its needles well. So as soon as you get in the house, it's really, the clock is ticking really on that. So usually I would say if you're going to get a spruce, get it within about 10 days before Christmas before you bring it into the house.
All right, we're going to talk about how to keep those needles on the tree a little bit later in the next segment. But while we're out here with all of the Christmas trees, is there a way to see if a tree is healthy? Are there any signs that you should look for when buying a tree?
Most of our trees are going to have, full. They're going to be full, so that's really what you're looking for. If you see a tree that looks like the bottom of the tree is starting to lose its needles and it looks brown, chances are it wasn't cut right or something happened on the farm that it's just not going to be good for the Christmas season. So when you're looking at a tree, pretty much just look at the color. If it looks green, if it looks healthy, chances are it's going to be healthy. So that's what you want to go for.
And I'm looking around right here at Russell's, and it seems like it's a smaller area, a lot of trees in one place. So if you need someone, there's going to be someone that is able to talk you through all of these tips and tricks within shouting distance, right?
Yeah, we have probably on any given point, we have about 3 to 4 sales associates that are always going to be able to help you. And anywhere you go, really are going to have people who have done it before and know what to look for in a tree and know what's a healthy tree. So if you're really not sure about it, you can always find somebody here who can help you out with it.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Of course, with all of these trees surrounding us, it definitely smells like Christmas. We're going to be coming back out here live again. In our next segment, we're going to talk about keeping that tree alive and healthy and keeping those needles on it when you bring it into your living room. But right now, I'm going to send it back to the studio to see what Lauren is up to.
All right, thanks so much. Matt and Mark looking very festive out there.
So you've searched high and low for that perfect Christmas tree. You strapped it onto the top of your station wagon. You've driven it to your house, pulled it up the porch steps. Now it's in your living room. And the question that you have is now what? We are live at Russell's Tree and Shrub Farm on Transit Road in East Amherst with Mark McLean. And right now we're talking about how to keep that tree looking fresh and alive until the season is over. So Mark, after we get that tree in the house, what do we want to have to make sure that we have everything we need to keep it alive?
First thing you want to have is always a stand that's going to be able to hold up the tree. Usually when people put it in, they'll make sure they have water in it instantly. So you want to when you get in the house, you want to make sure your water in the stand for at least the first night is as hot as the tap water can get. After that, you can just pour water into it as you continue throughout the Christmas season. There's a few products you can use too, just to maintain needle retention. All you're trying to do at this point is just reduce needle drop. So Miracle-Gro actually makes a product too that you pour in about a capful for every quart that you're pouring into the actual stand that you have. It's just going to reduce needle drop. It's going to maintain the tree for the rest of the season, and hopefully you're not ending up with a bunch of needles.
Now, once we have water in the tree, do we want to continuously water this? Because I can imagine with those hot lights that you're putting on the tree, the last thing you want is for these needles or these branches to dry out.
Yeah, you don't want it to dry out, but the other thing is to not get nervous if it's not sucking up any water. A lot of people will put water into it, and for some reason trees just aren't bringing in any water. It's not a problem. As long as the tree looks healthy and it's not drying out, there is no issue with it. But you just want to make sure that at all points there is water in that stand. That way the tree's getting it, and it's not getting, it's getting some moisture for the fact that it's not going to dry out for this Christmas season.
And you have one more product you want to show us that's going to help if the needles are dropping to make cleanup not a big issue.
Yeah, that's a big issue with a lot of customers. When you bring it in, there's a tree skirt that you can buy. It's a removable bag pretty much that you're going to put on the tree when you're bringing it into the house. And then after that, it works as a tree skirt. So you put it right under the tree, you put your regular tree skirt right above it, but then when it's dropping needles. You're not have to worry about the mess or the needles falling on the ground. And yet, at the end of the season, when you want to bring the tree back outside, you're just going to lift it back up, pretty much use it the way you brought it in. And it's going to make sure you don't have to worry about it when you're cleaning up afterwards.
And I think this take cares of one tradition, which is finding the perfect tree. The next tradition, of course, is meeting Santa Claus, and you're also helping Western New Yorkers do that, too, with an event.
Yeah, on Saturday and Sunday this weekend, we're going to have Santa here from 10 to 2 on Saturday, and then 10 to 2 on Sunday as well. And he'll be here pretty much if you want to bring the kids out. Santa will be here. There will be some goodies here for the kids as well. So that's always fun to have Santa come out, and people are here. They're picking out Christmas trees. They're picking out wreaths, and what better time to have Santa here?
All right. Well, thank you for having us this morning, Mark. And, of course, a little recap. If you're looking for that Christmas tree, make sure you know which type of tree is going to last for as long as you want it to last, and make sure that you have plenty of water and things to make sure those needles don't drop. But right now, we're going to change gears. We're going to send it back to you. We're heading over to Emily Lenahan, our web producer, with her .com check.